This is why it's so critical that people have healthy relationships.
Have you ever thought about finding the perfect partner? Maybe someone who has everything you've ever dreamed of. Looks, money, or the ideal personality? It sounds amazing, right? But here's the truth. Chasing that fantasy partner might not be the best way to find true love. Let's talk about what high-value people look for in a partner and why focusing on being real is much better than trying to find someone who checks all your boxes. So, what does fantasy even mean here? For many of us, it's the idea of a perfect partner. Think about it. Some men imagine a woman who's super beautiful, smart, fun, and knows how to balance being independent with giving attention. For women, it might be a man who's handsome, rich, always says the right things, and is super romantic. We've all been there, having some idea in our heads about the perfect person who will make everything just right. But the thing is, these perfect partners don't actually exist in real life. Movies and social media make us think they do, but real people have their own flaws and unique qualities. We all must have met that friend who seems to be constantly disappointed because they're searching for someone who matches every single expectation on their list. It's not their fault, it's because sometimes we chase a fantasy rather than focusing on what matters in a relationship. Now, let's get real about what people actually look for. It's not about a checklist of qualities like looks, money, or status. It goes much deeper than that. High-value people want real connections with partners who bring out the best in each other. They value things like honesty, growth, and being comfortable with who you really are. We all know that feeling of being close to someone because you could just be yourself around them. No pretending, no acting. Digging deeper, many women dream about the perfect guy who'll give them everything they've ever wanted. While it's okay to have dreams, it's more important to focus on what you can offer in a relationship too. On the other hand, many men think finding the perfect girl will solve all their problems. But sometimes, this mindset causes us to overlook someone amazing because we're busy chasing an ideal that doesn't exist. Think about it. What if we stopped trying to find perfect partners and started focusing on being our best selves?
Yeah, sure.
When you do that, you're more likely to attract someone who values you for who you are, not just for what you look like or things you have. Imagine the kind of relationships we could build if we stopped trying to meet someone else's fantasy and instead embraced our true selves. One important thing is to consider what qualities you should develop within yourself. Investing in your growth makes you more attractive to people and helps you feel more confident. It's not about becoming someone else's fantasy. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. High-value people don't want partners who try to look perfect all the time. They value people who are real and can be comfortable showing who they truly are. For example, some women find it attractive when a man shows vulnerability and isn't afraid to admit when he's struggling. Similarly, many men appreciate a woman who isn't always trying to be perfect, but can relax and enjoy life. It's these real, raw moments that often create the strongest bonds. We've all been in situations where we tried to act perfect, only to feel exhausted afterward. Letting go of that need to appear flawless is freeing. It allows for deeper connections to grow, and most individuals are drawn to that kind of honesty. It's much more sustainable than pretending to be someone you're not. Another point is that shared values matter more than just shared interests. While it's great to have hobbies in common, what truly deepens a relationship is having similar core beliefs and goals. We all must have known someone who seemed perfect because you liked the same things. But later, you realized that you do not agree with some life values. It's better to find someone whose values align with yours, even if you don't share all the same hobbies. Let's clear up a common myth. Being independent doesn't mean being distant. Yes, independence is attractive, but it doesn't mean shutting your partner out. People appreciate partners who stand alone while being open to support and working together. Think of that friend who says, "I don't need anyone," yet seems to miss out on true connection. The goal isn't to be alone in your independence, but to grow stronger together. Ladies, if you've ever felt like you had to be a dream girl to get noticed, it's time to let go of that idea. Guys, if you feel pressure to always appear successful to attract someone, remember that relationships aren't about fitting into a perfect mold. They're about being real with each other and building something meaningful. Let's talk about vulnerability. This is vital in relationships. When you let your guard down and allow yourself to be seen for who you really are, deeper connections can form. Showing your true emotions isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength and trust. Get a partner who can express their real feelings, even if those feelings aren't always perfect. We've probably all experienced that closeness that comes from being truly open with someone. It's not about finding a partner who ticks every box on your list, but finding someone who fits with you in a way that helps you both grow. When you set realistic expectations, you allow room for a real relationship to develop. Compatibility goes beyond just chemistry. Yes, physical attraction is important, but compatibility that keeps a relationship strong over time. We all must know that person who is attracted to someone's looks, only to find out later that they didn't get along very well. Instead of focusing only on appearances or status, look for deeper qualities like shared goals, life values, and how you treat each other. And think about where you're meeting potential partners. If you're looking for a meaningful relationship, are you more likely to find it in a noisy club or at an event where people are focused on personal growth? People often search for others on a similar path of growth and improvement. Finding someone who shares your values starts with meeting in places that reflect your lifestyle. It's important to put mutual effort into the relationship. It shouldn't feel one-sided. When both partners contribute, support each other's dreams, and grow together, the relationship becomes much stronger. If it ever feels like you're doing all the work, maybe it's time to have an honest conversation. Healthy relationships should feel like a partnership where you work to build a fulfilling life. Lastly, don't settle for less than you deserve. Sometimes we stay in relationships for fear of being alone or simply because we're used to them, but staying in a situation where you're not truly happy can harm both people. High-value individuals don't settle out of fear. They look for relationships that add value and bring out the best in them. If you're compromising your values to keep a relationship, it might be time to rethink things. Remember to recognize what you bring to the table. Relationships require both partners to understand their strengths and contributions. Are you a good listener, kind, hardworking, or great at communicating? Knowing these qualities helps you build a relationship where you add to each other's lives. In conclusion, stop chasing the fantasy and focus on what truly matters. When you concentrate on being real, finding someone with shared values, and putting in the effort, you're more likely to create a love that lasts. Don't get caught up in ideals that don't exist. Build something authentic, and you'll see just how valuable it can be. That's a wrap for today's video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you don't miss any updates. You can also share this with that friend who needs to hear. Now, I want to hear from you. What fantasies have you let go of in your search for love? How do you think focusing on authenticity can change your relationship experiences? What qualities do you prioritize after watching this video? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. See you in the next video. Bye.